Genesis chapter 1 describes how God created the heavens and the earth. In the beginning, the earth was empty, dark and covered with deep waters, and the Spirit of God moved over the waters. God created everything by his spoken word, showing his great power and authority. The 6 days of creation. Day 1, God said, "Let there be light," and light appeared. He separated light from darkness, calling the light day and the darkness night. Day 2, God created the sky, separating the waters above from the waters below. Day 3, God gathered the waters together so dry land appeared. He called the dry land earth, and the gathered waters seas. God also created grass, plants, and fruit trees. Day 4, God made the sun, moon, and stars to give light to the earth, and to separate day from night. These lights were also for signs, seasons, days, and years. Day 5, God created sea creatures and birds, blessing them to multiply and fill the seas and skies. Day 6, God created animals, livestock, and creatures that move on the earth. Finally, God created mankind in his own image, male and female. God gave humans authority over the earth and all living things. He blessed them and commanded them to be fruitful and multiply. At the end of the 6th day, God saw everything he had made, and it was very good. Creation of Adam. God formed man, Adam, from the dust of the ground and breathed into him the breath of life. Adam became a living soul. This shows the close relationship between God and humanity. God planted the Garden of Eden, a place filled with beauty and abundance. In Book of Genesis 2:11-14, the Bible describes the 4 rivers that flowed from the Garden of Eden. These rivers show the beauty, richness, and life that God provided in the beginning. Verse 11, Pishon River. The first river is called Pishon. It flowed around the whole land of Havilah. This land was known for its wealth and precious resources. The passage mentions pure gold, aromatic resin bdellium, and onyx stone. This shows that God created a land full of abundance and beauty. Spiritually, it reminds believers that God is the source of every blessing and provision. Verse 12, Riches of Havilah. The Bible specially notes that the gold of Havilah was good quality. Bdellium and onyx stone were also found there. These treasures later became important in biblical history, especially in temple decorations and priestly garments. This verse highlights the richness and perfection of God's original creation before sin entered the world. Verse 13, Gihon River. The second river is called Gihon. It flowed around the land of Cush. Many scholars connect Cush with regions near Ethiopia or Africa. Water in Scripture often symbolizes life, cleansing, and God's blessing. The flowing river represents God's care over the earth and his desire for creation to flourish. Verse 14, Hiddekel and Euphrates. The third river is Hiddekel, which is commonly identified as the Tigris River. It flowed east of Assyria. The fourth river is the famous Euphrates River. These 2 rivers became very important in ancient civilizations and biblical history. Their mention gives a real geographical setting to the Garden of Eden account. Spiritual meaning. These 4 rivers symbolize life, fruitfulness, and God's overflowing provision. From one source in Eden came rivers that watered many lands. In the same way, God's blessings flow outward to bring life and nourishment. The passage also points to God's order and wisdom in creation, where everything was perfectly prepared for humanity.